Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BarrelLab. Got a fresh slate for you coming live. We got the August 10th slate for Monday. Had a nice little break yesterday, man. I appreciate you guys letting me have that. Not let you let me have that, but just understanding and appreciate that. Just had to do a nice little reset. And it was good. We've been going hard, real strong. But took a nice day to recalibrate and come back. So I think it's going to be a real strong week. I know it's going to be a real strong week. So I appreciate everybody who's been super supportive, who likes, comments, who shares all the videos, who shares all the content. Would not be here without you all, and I truly appreciate you. So without further ado, we're just going to get through this slate. There is something going on right now that I'm working through on the dashboard, so there won't be any barrel signals. However, we can still play the elite home run profiles, right? These are still playable, as you all know, that everybody who's been following. I don't want you all to freak out. I am working on the bug that's on the back end of this, but we do still have the elite profiles. So, and then there's a couple new features here. What's changed? Some just kind of pointing out, making things a little bit easier to find for you, so you can see the best barrel profile, overall barrel profile. Is Shohei, and we got the zone fit leader for tomorrow. Today is Bo Bichette. Environment boost is going to Brett Beatty, and best price drop for 2 hits is going to Jordan. So you could take Jordan for 2 hits and good amount of good price. You can check that out. So we have one elite plus profile on the board, which is Pete Alonso. So Pete does look pretty good. He's got an 88 barrel score, 80 matchup, 91 home run form. Now it does have a pretty close matchup score, 80. So as we know, it couldn't change. So just be mindful of the updates tomorrow. And as time goes on, as I tell you guys, as more batted ball events get recorded, he can change, he can drop off, he can become stronger. Somebody else may pop up, things of that sort. So looking at today's discoveries, Freddie Fermin's got the strongest EV lift. Bogart's strongest multi-day rise. Esmeralyn Valdez. I gotta double check this and make sure that the books are pulling, like I was saying, that the books are pulling through. I'm not too sure you're gonna get them at plus 3,000. I highly doubt that. Truist Park is getting the weather boost. Bo Bichette is the zone fit leader. Shohei has got the overall best pitch type collision. Max Kepler has got the best pull profile, and Pete Alonso is that elite plus profile for the day. So getting into our research, looking at the pitcher attack board. Attackable pitcher is James Taillon, Dean Kremer, and neutral is Andrew Painter. So we have a smaller slate, 10 games, so we're not going to have too many, I'll say, pitchers to attack. It is going to be very selective, and I want you all to be very selective, right? I don't want you to feel like you have to attack every game. Find the most attackable pitcher, the best game with the best edges and things of that sort, and just attack that one. So James Taillon's got a 6.0 ERA. He's allowing 15.6% barrel, 41.3% hard hit, and 440 for WOBA. And that is, the second best ERA given up with the best barrel allowed, though. So I think that alone makes me want to take Boston hitters, especially Boston's been hot. And then you see Dean Kremer is going up against the Elite Plus profile and Pete Alonso. So you can also look at that one, pretty confidently. 5.9 ERA, 9.5% barrel allowed, 35.7% hard hit. Not to say he's not allowing anything higher than that, That's just to say that's the average that he's giving up. So anybody with a 35.7% barrel and above can do damage. Anybody with a 41.3% barrel and above can do damage. Now on the flip side, somebody with a lower percentage barrel can also do damage, and same vice versa here. This is just giving you guys an idea of what he does give up though. And then we got Painter coming in at the neutral lean, 6.5 ERA, 9.1% barrel allowed, 34.6% hard hit with a 3.89 WOBA. So as you can see, some numbers comparable. ERA is comparable, but barrel allowed is a little, and hard hit, right, a little bit on the lower end. We've got individuals like Mackenzie Gore giving up a higher hard hit. But as far as barrel goes, I think we've got it in the pretty right order: attacking, Italian, and Dean Krimmer. So look to go with Boston and Baltimore hitters for tomorrow. All right, getting right into the first games. We've got Baltimore versus Toronto. Like I said, there's not going to be any barrel signals, so I'm not going to highlight the barrel signals. I will only be highlighting the Elite Plus profiles and then just the regular schmegular stuff that we go through, looking at everybody on the games. And then maybe I'll go over weather too. But even though we don't have barrel signals, you guys do know what stats we can look over. You can look in, Profit Discipline, look in Prop Finder, or the Prop Hunter, I should say. Sorry, not Prop Finder, but the Prop Hunter, and be able to identify what you guys want to find. Excuse me. So we got 2 elite home run profiles in this game. Top reads is going Warrior Abreu, Contreras, Okamoto, and Sanchez. So Boston versus Italian. Barrel score is going Abreu, Contreras, Duran. Matchup is going Contreras, Abreu, Duran. And home run form is going Abreu, Duran, and Yoshida. So just looking at it, honestly, I mean, Abreu looks good. We're thinking about our ISO plus 200. Abreu, Contreras is right there. But then when I'm looking at Monasterio and Rafaela right at that 180 mark, and they've got the positive, work plus, the WRC plus, I do like their profiles as well. And so that's just something to consider when looking at, some hitters to take. And we got Toronto versus Sonny Gray. Barrel score is going Okamoto, Sanchez, Springer. Matchup is going Sanchez, Okamoto, Vladdy. Form, Brandon Valenzuela. That's a glitch there, but he does have good launch angle, home run fly ball ratio, and sweet spot, so average launch angle. And Will Bacon's not terrible. And Sanchez, Guerrero, and what's that, Lukes? But looking at Toronto overall, the only worthy bat here is Okamoto, with the exception of George Springer, I guess, and maybe Sanchez, because they're the only ones with a positive work plus. So they're the only ones contributing, and Ernie Clement to the actual production of the team. I'm not to say these individuals are doing nothing, but they're below average when we know 100 is baseline. So just keep that in mind when looking at Toronto, I should say, in that Boston-Toronto game. Mets versus Atlanta. 2 elite home run profiles in this game. Top reads is going Matt Olson, Acuna, Riley, and Baldwin. Pretty much all Atlanta bats. Mets versus Bryce Elder. Barrel score is going Lindor, Alvarez, Jared Young. Matchup is going Alvarez, Lindor, Arias. Form is going Binge, Ewing, and Young. Even, again, nobody hitting that 200 plus ISO. The closest is Lindor and Francisco Alvarez. And then when we're looking at positive work plus offensive production, it's going Alvarez, Young, Benj, Ewing, and Lindor. So between those 5 bats right there is where you're going to find your most production, honestly. And we come down to Atlanta versus Christian Scott. Barrel score is going Matt Olson, Acuna, Riley. Matchup is going Olson, Acuna, Harris. Form is going Olson, Acuna, and Riley. And this Atlanta's just been hot lately. So looking at them, they got a couple right at that 200 mark for ISO. Now, even though they've got some individuals like Acuna, Baldwin, with that low, not low, but under 200, you got to look at their work plus, their WRC plus. They're highly contributing to the offensive production and success of this team. Baldwin's at 126, Acuna's at 121. So they're 21%, 26% above average. Acuna's got the same WRC plus as Harris, who's at a 204 ISO. So, and Matt Olson's about 100 points above Baldwin on ISO. Yeah, he's only 26 or 15 points behind on WRC plus. So you can see that contribution there is definitely important. Baltimore versus Minnesota. We got 2 elite profiles in this one. 1 elite plus profile being the only one in the day. Pete Alonso. Top reads is going Pete Alonso, Lewis, Strand, and Gunnar Henderson. Barrel score versus Dean Kremer is going Alonso, Strand, Henderson. Matchup is going Alonso, Strand, Cowser. Form is going Alonso, Navarez, Henderson, and Strand. Got a few plus 200 ISO hitters on this team, with the exception of O'Neill as well. Kobe Mayo looks really good. He's just got low WRC plus, so he hits the ball really hard. He's got good pulled barrel, good barrel, right? Good launch angle. Just doesn't have much offensive production. That's the only thing. But Alonso and Strand also look good too for Baltimore. Minnesota versus Trevor Rogers. You got Lewis, Clemens, and Bell for the Barrels. Matchup is going Lewis, Clemens, Jeffers. Form is going Lewis, Bell, and Larnick. Got a couple plus 200s here. Was that Clemens and Jeffers. Now, Jeffers and Larnick clearly lately have been doing damage on the offensive side. But you can see Minnesota's been pretty steady. Everybody's right at the average, all the way down to Clemens, right? From Jeffers, Larnick, Alex Jackson, Royce Lewis, Kershaw, Bell, and Clemens. And so that's kind of how you can tell is who's really doing something, is who has an, I'd say, average and above average WRC plus. It's okay to be average in that sense because you're at least scoring, you're doing the bare minimum. But now when you start to get in these plus territories, now that's when we're talking. So Jeffers and Larnick right now have been elite for Minnesota, specifically Jeffers. So got Philly versus St. Louis. 2 home run finalists finally hit home runs. Jordan Walker the other day, Schwarber yesterday. So maybe they're getting out of their slump. 3 home runs, maybe 4 since All-Star break between the 2 of them. Kind of crazy to think about. 1 elite home run profile. So Harper, Schwarber, Burleson, and Walker. Now, Burleson and Walker both have the pitcher attack confirmed for today. Philly versus Dobbins. We've got Harper, Schwarber, and Marsh for the Barrels. Matchup is going Harper, Schwarber, Marsh. Form is going Harper, Stubbs, Romito, and Stott. Even though Schwarber did hit one, I'm not saying he's not going to hit one. He could hit another. Dobbins got a 3.6 ERA, 8.1 Ks over 9 innings, so maybe less than a strikeout in the inning. He's probably allowing a couple hits a game if he's got an ERA even. But do I think Schwarber goes back-to-back. He does have the platoon advantage. It's possible. His form has just been terrible lately, so it's hard to bet on that. Or trust that, I should say. Not bet, per se. But again, just look at that ISO work plus combination. That's really what we want to focus on. St. Louis versus Painter, right? Who Painter was an attackable pitcher. Barrel score is going Burleson, Walker, Herrera. Matchup is going Burleson, Walker, Pereira. Home run form is going Herrera, Burleson, and Blaze Jordan. And Jordan Walker looks good. Burleson looks good. Plus 126, right? 129 for WRC plus. Then Herrera and Weatherford. Pereira is right there at average, but nothing sticks out to me. Makes me want to think, oh my goodness, he does right now have a better barrel than Alec Burleson, but this is a small sample size. And even Jordan Walker. Way smaller sample size though, so. The usual culprits in this game. We got Texas versus the Angels. So we got 3 elite profiles in this one. Trout, Seager, Peterson, and Berger are the top plays. Texas versus Reed Dietmers. Barrel score is going Seegers, Peterson, Berger. Matchup is going Peterson, Berger, Seager. Form, Austin wins, which, yes, he's not a glitch, but for the sense of, he does do damage, but for the sense of the system, he's a glitch because 7 is not higher than 68. That's all that means. Seager, Peterson, Berger is who we are looking at. Peterson is who I have my eyes on immediately. Langford looks good. Foscue always looks good. And so that's just, a few people you could take from that team. Angels versus Mackenzie Gore. Trout, Nito, Siri for the barrels. Matchup is going Siri, Trout, Nito. Form, Nito, Ballesteros, and Trout, with the exception of Heineman and Travis d'Arnaud. But plus 200 is Siri and Trout. Even then, Wade Meckler does have a plus 124. Small sample size. Siri does have the platoon advantage, as well as Trout and Nito. So top 3 could do damage today. Trout, Nito, Siri could do something. Yeah, absolutely could. Colorado versus Arizona. Top reads is going Goodman, Moniak, Carroll, and Marte. Barrel score versus Soroka is going Goodman, Moniak, Castro. Matchup is going Goodman, Moniak, Castro. And form is going Moniak, Castro, and McCarthy. If we're going ISO, so it's going Carrick, McCarthy, Goodman, Moniak from low to high. And then work plus is going to give us those same people, right? We got Carrick, Moniak, Rumfield, and McCarthy. Yeah, Moniak looks like a pretty solid sleeper on this team. Cole Carrick shocks me, but low sample size, so I could see that. And then Hunter Goodman is Hunter Goodman. Arizona versus Hughes. Got Carroll, Marte, Newbar. Matchup is going Carroll, McCann, Locklear. Form, Barosa's the glitch. Got Tim Tawa, Carroll, and Waldschmidt. Moreno's not half bad. His form's just been kind of not on the downside. It's just kind of cold. Marte, he's been super cold, but his numbers are pretty consistent still. And Corbin Carroll's really been leading the pack. Yeah, Locklear. Looks like he's been leading the pack. All right, WRC plus 120, 125, 128 for Moreno. 371 Woba. Yeah. Could be a good game. 4.25 ERA for Hughes. He could get lit up. It is a smaller slate though, so just beware. You know how these small slates go. Tampa Bay versus Oakland. One elite profile: Caminero, Soderstrom, Miranda, and Victor Mesa Jr. We got Caminero, Miranda, and Mesa Jr. for barrels. Matchup is going Caminero, Diaz, and Aranda. Form is going Fortes, Caminero, and Victor Mesa. And so looking got a few again over that plus 200 mark. Vlade, Mesa Jr., Caminero. And even then, we're looking at the highest producing for WRC Plus. It's not individuals who are over 200 ISO. So just keeping that in mind. Miranda's been clutch lately. And we got Oakland versus Freddie Peralta. Soderstrom, Butler, Muncy for the barrel. Matchup is going Soderstrom, Muncy, Butler. Form is going Bolt, Soderstrom, and Walton. Yeah, Soderstrom does look really good. And then the next one closest is Heim, but he's got a terrible work plus. Donovan Walton's at a 130 with a 170 ISO. So, all right, next game on the slate we got Milwaukee versus San Diego. Top reads in this game is going to go Bowers, Chourio, Merrill, and Machado, with the two elite home run profiles being Bowers and Chourio. Ooh, Casey Mize on the mound again. Let's see if he can redeem himself from the first time. Bowers, Chourio, Mitchell for barrel score. Matchup is going Bowers, Mitchell, Chourio. And form is going Chourio, Mitchell, and Bowers. I got a couple people, only 2 people at above 200 ISO. However, a lot of their ISO hitters, even from 159 up, are hitting 110 plus WRC plus. So Milwaukee is playing solid baseball right now, and the numbers are showing that. Jackson Chourio is on fire right now. You can see his form is heating up. So yeah, Chourio looks good. Vaughn looks good. San Diego we might be in trouble tomorrow. Padres versus Henderson. 2.7 ERA, 11.2 Ks over 9 innings. Yikes. Jackson, Merrill, Machado, and Tatis for the barrels. Matchup is going Tatis, Machado, Merrill. Form is going Merrill, Tatis, and Sun Moon Song. ISO, Machado, and Ty France, the only 2. And then, Tatis, Ty France, and Campusano are the only 3 with a plus. WRC plus, which is interesting the way that Machado's been hitting, and Jackson Merrill, but it makes sense overall season, right? That they haven't been doing the best. So that could be an interesting game there. Milwaukee definitely looks to have the advantage. We'll see what Casey Mize looks like though when he comes in on the mound. We got Houston versus San Francisco. 2 elite profiles here. Top reads is going Jordan, Devers, Christian Walker, and Eldridge. Houston versus Blade Tidwell, Jordan, Walker, and Cam Smith. Matchup is going Jordan, Trammell, Cam Smith. Form is going Alvarez, Christian Walker, and Nick Allen. Only 2 plus 200 ISO here. However, we can see about, 5 people? 6 people have got plus 110. Which means cohesively they are hitting well as a team. They're bringing people in, scoring more runs than the other team, clearly. San Francisco versus Wisniewski. Barrel score is going Devers, Eldridge, Adames. Matchup is going Devers, Eldridge, Adames. Form is going Devers, Kavanaugh, and Eldridge. Yeah, I can see Eldridge. Eldridge definitely looks good. It's got plus 116 WRC plus. As far as ISO goes, Adamas definitely been stepping up. But WRC plus side, as Jung Ho Lee, he's consistent too. A lot of these hitters, man, they had like 20 plus hit streaks earlier in the season. Adama Vargas, I just don't know what happened. I'm curious what happened. Stephen Kwan was doing well early on. Well, he's starting to heat up now, so I'm not going to take that away from him. All right, last but not least, we got KC versus Dodgers. Two elite profiles in this game, Shohei and Witt. Top reads is Shohei, Muncy, Witt, and Caglione. Skubal back on the mound. All right, so it's a pitcher's day tomorrow. KC versus Skubal. Barrel scores going Bobby Witt, Caglione, Perez. Matchup is going Witt, Perez, Caglione. And form is going Caglione, Rojas, Jensen, and Witt. Rave looks ridiculous. Caglione looks solid. Bobby Witt looks good. Carter Jensen's right there at that borderline 200 too. Even Bobby Witt's got 168 ISO, but 123 WARC plus, so he makes up for it there. Alright, let's see. Got the Dodgers versus Noah Cameron. Shohei, Muncy, Freeman for the Barrels. Matchup is going Shohei, Pajes, Muncy. Form is going Shohei, Alex Call, and Max Muncy. I mean, Muncy does look good. He was on a nice little heater. He's got the best barrel on the team right now. Second best, or best pull barrel, I should say. Second best barrel behind Shohei. Second hardest hitter on the team. Yeah, Muncy's been playing lights out. And I mean, it's really hard to say that though because they've been losing from Pajes, Edman, Muncy, Freeman, Shohei up. Right from Pajes up, they've all got plus 115 WRC plus. These are some solid numbers. You could probably find some good odds for them 2+ hits too. Honestly, that could definitely happen. So yeah, real quick, I did want to show you guys one update that I made. So in the Prop Hunter, if you guys come in here now, you guys will see that there is an updated Prop Hunter board. I'm super hyped about this one. It does have matchup, WRC plus, so you can filter by ISO, barrel. You can look at hits. I'm gonna add the this is for 2 hits right now, but I'm gonna add the 0.5 hits line in here as well, so that way you have those two to pick from. We've got total bases and hits, runs, RBIs. So you can now pick the players that you'd want to take. So if you want to take Matt Olson for 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, then you want to take let's say Jordan Walker for 2+ bases. I know this. Oh, the 0.5 hit line is in here. So probably just have to look at that. Or you can filter the last 10. You can filter by barrel. Alright, let's say, I think, yeah, Pete Alonso is going to get a hit. Alright, so you can now copy that. It's going to copy a printable. So pretty much the lines, it's going to say, right, the BarrelLab score, bet card, prop card, or whatever. And it's going to have your props, the players lined up, and the props lined up next to it. So just trying to make it fun, man. Make it feel a little bit more interactive. Like you guys have control over what you were doing with your research, and that way it's just not so much data facing, and it now could be a living, breathing prop board. So that is an update, an upgrade that I'm pretty excited on, pretty hyped about. So I do appreciate you all's patience with this. I appreciate everybody who's helped me get to this point. I appreciate everybody who's going to help me continue to grow. Like I said, this isn't the end of this. I've got the NFL model in the works, and that I'm super stoked about. So I will have more information on that coming out pretty soon here, as we are coming into preseason. So other than that, super excited about this slate for August 10th. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good luck on everything that you guys do in your slips. Have a good evening. Have a great, even better day. Peace out, y'all.